Facebook via our social media handle Ask MUVI TV. We'll now get into the details. After suffering from the stunning defeat in the 12th August 2021 general elections, people like former Justice Minister Lubinda are slowly recovering from political hangover. The post-election grief is real and the reality is seemingly settling in, with the Patriot Front Vice President admitting the party lost power because of if had become arrogant and detached from the people. Mr. Lubinda, during one of the interviews on the public broadcaster, arrogantly asserted that the PF would retain power, saying he would therefore shame the opposition in the aftermath after openly telling them Banyala. However, this was never meant to be. In an attempt to rebrand the former ruling party and intense introspection, Mr. Lubinda has since apologized for the remarks. Meanwhile, Mr. Lubinda accuses the New Dawn administration of failing to walk the talk on key governance issues such as the rule of law. He warns of tougher days ahead under the leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema, saying it anchored its leadership model on deception. And commenting on the recent some of its party members, Mr. Lubinda contended that they are ready to undergo such for the sake of persevering democracy.
The Patriotic Front. You know, and when you ask why did you vote against us, they tell us things that we ourselves already discovered during our post-mortem. As you're well aware, we spent some time, we sent people across the country to go and ask these questions. And there are a number of issues that were raised. Number one, some people tell us that we had become arrogant. Some people tell us that we were not exhibiting to the Zambian people that we were firm in the fight against corruption. Some people also tell us that we tolerated hooliganism. Some people call it cadreism, but I think it's much more than cadreism. It's more hooliganism, that we allowed our members to do things that ordinarily the Zambians wouldn't expect. So these are the issues that people are voting against. So truth be told, the number of people that I've spoken to are saying we did not vote against you, but we voted against the things that you were doing. And this gives us a lot of hope. Already people are coming back to us and saying, well, now that we have a new team in place, we can now compare. Initially we had no comparison, but now we can compare. And we see that actually we shouldn't have voted you out. We should have probably found another way of punishing you.
Before we begin to compare and contrast, do you admit the concerns that, of course, the people of Zambia have submitted regarding all the issues to do with the arrogance, in your political party during your tenure in office, the issue of cadreism during your tenure in office? Do you admit all those concerns?
Yes.
Right.
I did tell you that when I went on that ZMBC program, when I said, I'll come back here, and I'll come and say, Banyala, obviously that was some arrogance.
Right.
I have to say that was quite arrogant for me to have said that, because I was exhibiting overconfidence, and overconfidence is a product of arrogance. So I have to admit that the Zambian people are right. When they say to us that they kicked us out because of these things, they are right. We must be judged by the people. We cannot judge ourselves. And this is the reason why we in the Patriotic Front readily admit that the Zambian people made their decision because there are things that we did which didn't please them. Had we done everything to please them, they wouldn't have kicked us out. So it's a fact, and we just have to admit. And also bear in mind that admission is the first process in healing. If you want to heal, you first have to admit your wrongs, confess your wrongs, and then ask for contrition. Then you're going to become a better person. And the Patriotic Front, as Vice President, I have to say, when we got the report, the post-mortem report, we did not defend ourselves. We said, this is what the people said, and we have to admit. So, we admit, and for those who voted for us, the 1.8 million, the only thing we can say is, sorry, we apologize. Hadn't we done what we did, you 1.8 would have been the 2.8. So we have to admit that and apologize to our people and assure them that we're learning from our mistakes. And because we're learning from our mistakes, we want to become an even better party. We want to be better than we were. And remember, when we were good, we were better than any political party in Zambia. And now that we want to be better, we want to be the only political party of choice.
One of the reasons, Honorable, of course, if you ask me, who has been doing, I call it the donkey works in the field sometimes. You go in the field, for example, in the typical, areas and listen to the people of Zambia, the poor women, mothers, fathers and children. They will tell you that one of the reasons why, again, they decided to vote out the Patriotic Front was because you failed to reduce the cost of living, which is the economy in general. And of course, because of that, your opponents, by then the UPND in opposition, they did capitalize on that. They went on rampage